That's a handsome-looking head there. That's like on the back of that telly.
Man's probably into himself.
Voltron Network.
Good guys, welcome back to Talking at the Movies. I'm Eddie Reese Antonio.
I thought Mo was going to go second.
Yeah, because you're the special
It
guest.
doesn't matter. I'm the special.
The not so special
I'm the
guest.
special guest. That's
Yeah,
what I
special
could
guest.
go
Non-committed
Get mentioned
guest.
at the end.
Go, hey, listen. What's this about? Somebody wants my spot. What were you saying that somebody wants my spot?
Kamran, loyal listener,
Yes.
says he wants to step in because
Kamran.
you aren't up to the
Yeah,
task.
what happened is that we are still in negotiations for a pay increase for me. Eddie is too stingy. And if you reckon you want to step in and finalize yourself or lay yourself a good little contract,
You have a
when
contract.
you got
You
him,
must
you're not
commit
gonna get paid
to what
anything.
we agreed.
You're asking for too many peanuts.
he pay, yes, no. I said I want Skittles. He won't upgrade me to Skittles. He wants more peanuts. I said I don't want too many peanuts.
Good
Anyway.
happening, guys. Solid, welcome back.
Hey,
How have you been
I'm all right,
in this
man.
month and a half that we last saw you?
No. It's a month. Remember, I
been
check
over a
in
month.
in a month.
Been over a month.
No, it hasn't.
It's 5
Has
weeks.
it been over a month, Mo?
5
It
weeks.
sounds like, it feels like it's been
Really?
over a month.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. See?
You know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I am. I'm a type. You know what? I was thinking that, right? I was thinking, has it been over a month or under a month? And it's been over, and I feel really bad. So if it happens again, Kamran could take my spot. There you go.
Oh, it's been happening this week.
It's been a bit of a quiet week, actually. It's been like
Really?
good weather.
You've actually gone out this week for the first
I've
time
had to go
in
out.
months.
Well, what are we talking about here?
Office.
No, that was last week.
Public
No,
transport.
we spoke about that in last week's episode.
Oh, last week you were getting ready because it was the beginning
No,
of November,
I
on the
know.
weekend.
I went to the office last week.
Did
This
you?
week I've been at home.
Oh,
When you were gonna go, Mo, did you like suffer from any form of anxiety or something? Like, oh my God, I'm gonna get onto the train. I've got to get into the office.
Not really.
No.
No.
Wow. All right.
yeah, we're kind of over it now.
Yeah. Are you? Okay?
Oh, get phone calls already.
No, no phone calls. I was actually gonna just put on my special face mask.
7 on the whole episode. You see how long you can hold.
Yeah, all right. Okay, that's the
Oh, it
test.
sounds terrible though. Muffled. So, what we're going to start with this week? Trailers. We don't. Who cares about what we've been watching? Can't we start with the news?
No. We have a format. We've been sticking to it for like how many hundreds of episodes?
Eddie, are you saying that because you haven't been watching stuff?
He never watches anything. I don't know what he does with his time.
I have been watching gaming videos and Nordic tribal music,
hold on.
dancing around in
Are
underwear.
you running a gaming video channel? Right, what hell?
I
is
have
that
one.
gonna be?
I have one.
What, do you do videos on?
I haven't.
Right, there you go. So you're watching videos that is doing nothing for you.
Is that wait? Like when I see you walking by in your house, is that what you're doing? Like dancing to tribal music?
Well, you're
Or
watching him.
Nordic? Yeah.
You're like watching him like.
Are you watching me walk back and
Well,
forth?
sometimes I'm forced to do it. So when I
Who's holding you by the window,
when I-
forcing you to stare at me?
Well, remember, right? Because I can look straight into your house when I go to see someone, right?
You don't have to look.
I'm in the
I'm at-
kitchen, so
I'm at
like, your house is on the opposite side, so I could see you.
Do you like
It
sit
is-
there with a bag of chips?
It's annoying that there isn't a curtain there, man. Even a net. Like,
I
why?
was actually
Why would you?
surprised that you wouldn't put one up.
No, but in the kitchen, why
Yeah,
don't they
yeah.
have a net there?
You want us to look, don't you, Eddie? You want us to look
I do
as
get
you're
paranoid
walking
at
around
night.
in your
I
underwear.
do get paranoid at night when I look and I see, is anyone there? Is it worth me just? Well, I have to put clothes on. I don't want to, because I am a naturist within my home. Proudly, I like walking around butt naked, or Winnie the Pooh it with just a t-shirt and just everything just hanging out.
Really?
Don't you?
No.
Just you feel better just
I gotta put at
walking
least
around.
the minimum of t-shirt and shorts on.
I have my
Be
underwear
naked.
that I bought recently are pretty tight, so I do now go to sleep naked.
It's better, ain't it?
Yeah, it does feel better. No, try it.
Mm.
We'll try it together.
Yeah, but you got the cats. They'll probably like see it and think it's food.
What
And
like weird podcasts that people stumble onto here, talking about like sleeping naked and naturism. And
I bet most, or at least half of the audience, sleep in the nude or like to walk around in the house
Like
in the nude.
two
Like,
people.
guys,
so one does and one doesn't.
Guys, if you sleep naked, email us. I actually want to know.
Sally wants pictures.
I want to know
Evidence.
if our listeners sleep naked.
Or walk around, even if you just want to hang out. Who doesn't like doing the Winnie the Pooh thing?
Oh, no, wait. So when you say walk around naked, right? We're talking like no boxer shorts.
I either do full on,
Yeah.
or like I said, Winnie the Pooh it
Right,
with a vest or a t-shirt.
So the
and nothing.
very next question I need to ask you. So the couch in your living room.
No, I won't sit on the couch because that's leather. I won't sit because I don't like sticking to things that I'm sitting on.
That's what he says. Just remember that next time we go around to visit him.
No,
Any surface where you can sit.
I do wear stuff on the couch. I won't go naked on the couch. No.
So do you like have a little like utility belt just to carry your underpants around? I'm about to sit there now, but put them on.
No, or wear the dressing gown.
Or even when you've been to like the toilet and you finished afterwards.
I use wet wipes. I don't like just mashing the shit against my arse like heathens. Come on. So, what have you been watching, Mo? As you're the only one that's actually watched something.
No, I watched something as well.
Oh, one thing, the one show.
One episode as well from that one show.
What makes you think I'm watching anything? I was just going to talk about like.
We always give me shit, so. Come on.
So today, this was my week off. Oh, but let our special guest go first. Manners.
Right. Well, look. Quite frankly, I've been watching a show that Eddie doesn't want to know about, so I'm not going to go into that.
Really? Like, what show's that?
You know what show
What
that
show is that?
It's the show that I watch every single day. It's
What?
Next Gen.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Tell us about
No,
Star
I'm
Trek.
not going to go into that.
No,
because,
tell us. I'd like
Eddie,
to hear about it.
Listen, on the
I don't
drive down,
Okay.
he gave me a lecture that he doesn't.
Care.
Listen,
I just think that people are probably bored of hearing that you watch Star Trek every week.
I was driving him, right?
People want to know the episode details.
As our producer,
No.
I was driving him, and as the producer of the
ratings.
show, Eddie, yeah,
Don't the ratings of
he
Star Trek
literally
let us know that
was-
people don't like Star Trek.
There's a whole network just for Star Trek. That's how popular it is
A
now.
show which hardly anybody watches.
Who says hardly anyone watches?
Ratings.
No.
That's
the
why it
ratings
took
are
so
up.
long. That's why no Star Trek movie succeeds anymore.
We're not talking about movies. We're talking about TV
It's the same
shows. Here.
thing. If you love one, you gotta love the other.
We do love them.
Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about the TV show that I have been watching. It's Rapture. That's right.
Ratchet.
Ratchet, right? Okay, thanks, Eddie.
Let's
yeah.
explain. It's the story of the main nurse character, the evil nurse that was in the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a movie from the 70s, 80s.
Mhm.
And this is kind of like her story of how she got to that point
Yeah.
on Netflix.
So look, I've only seen the one episode, and when I saw the trailer, I kid you not, I had no interest in this. Yeah, literally, I saw the trailer. I really liked the actress in it. Yeah. But I just was not interested in the trailer, and I thought, oh, for God's sake, man, I'm not watching this. And one day, I just put on Netflix, and I saw it, and it was like just being advertised. And I thought, oh, whatever, man, I might as well just play this. Played it, and it came out. I believe it came out yesterday or the day before yesterday. It is very, very, very good. That one episode had me hooked to the point.
What was it that?
Yeah, it's just, I can't reveal too much. Obviously, it's about a nurse, which is highlighted in the trailer, who works for a mental asylum. But it's what she's doing in the asylum, which is the interesting part. And the story that they introduce at the very, very beginning of this show. It will grab you. It will make you think to yourself, bloody heck, this is slightly a bit weird. All in that one episode, and it did it so well. I think it's beautifully shot. I think it's really, really nicely directed.
It looked really nice.
You know, and they use some really interesting moments in it, like the color palette. Like, for example, she's walking in a hallway and it's red, and from there it will just turn to green. But just the way it's done, the transition is so nice. But yeah, guys, like, check this out. One episode in, obviously I'll give my feedback.
Like
Next time I come back on the show, which is in about 4 weeks' time.
She like that rooms in this asylum aren't the same color. Like,
I explained to you what I do like about it, but if I go too much into it...
Is your house just one color from room to room?
Yeah.
Actually, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one
Most
colour.
people's are.
Yeah, Eddie.
Like,
What colour is yours?
They paint the walls. They generally paint them the same colour.
No, I'm in the place now, but I didn't decorate this. But the whole place, cream in one room, blue in mine.
Yeah, but I think
green
now
in
the trendy thing is just like white on every wall. That's the trendy thing.
The asylum. The house is like an asylum, and it's cold.
What is wrong with this guy? Everyone's house is just like one colour. Do you like disco lights in yours? Anyway, look.
So what you rated then? Your one episode you got
One episode, I would say, for me so far, it's like a 4-star. One episode straight away.
Okay, I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah, and I feel that it's going to stick to that same tempo and it's not going to lose its way just to what I've seen so far.
So do you actually think you'll watch it all the way to the end?
No.
That's a commitment.
No. I will, definitely.
I don't mean like future seasons. I mean just this season.
No,
how far did you get with Last Kingdom? Because you started watching it, didn't you?
I literally switched on Last Kingdom and switched it off.
Wow.
Yeah. Now
it's a good show.
Yeah, listen, I've heard it's a good show, so I've got to go back to it. And especially with the music that you've been introducing to me recently.
So that's it. Nothing else in the month and a half bit that we've seen.
The Boys, which is the show that everyone's watching. I'm only 3 episodes in, but for me,
hold on. You're only 3 episodes in, and you started a new show last night.
Well, I wanted to be experimental. I knew that I was going to come on talking at the movies.
So and you didn't know that we were going to talk The Boys. That's one of our main review week to week. We're going to talk about it.
Listen, you guys have got so many shows in the pipeline, all right, that spin off into other shows. Now, I thought you had already spoken about it. I don't mind anyway.
How are we already? It's a week to week show. How are we going to...
But how many... You said there's 5 episodes already released?
Yeah. So one came out on Friday.
Yeah, 1 came out on Friday, so I've still got 2 episodes to go. Why are we turning this into
a really bizarre conversation? It's like he's trying to tell you we're going to talk about episode 5 today.
It's okay. You can talk about episode 5.
You don't want to know what happens to Homelander in this episode. If you haven't seen it.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'm going to walk into the other room.
He hasn't seen the next episode where Homelander goes to the house where that guy is who's doing the shape-shifting stuff.
Oh! Yeah!
So, all right, I'm going to go into the other room. So when you want to talk about it, you let me know.
So that was last week's, but man, that was fucked up.
Please save us, Mo. When you watched.
Just imagine the line. Just remember this line. You can look into your own eyes.
Too much. Save us. You can even talk about Star Trek if you want.
Right. So hold on. So what episode of Star Trek have you seen in the last month that stood out from Next Gen? There must be one.
Last episode?
No, one that's just stood out.
Stood out. To be honest, dude, right? Like season 4 is a bit boring, man.
Oh, people say season 4 is like when the show gets like really good. No. But I would agree with you. There aren't that many actual great episodes in it.
I mean, the last one I saw was where Picard and his what's his name? The ensign is they're like searching for water. Like
you're talking about Will, not Will. You're talking about Wesley.
Wesley, there you go. Wesley. Crusher.
So basically, that's Wesley's last mission before he goes up to Starfleet.
Yes. I'm so glad to see Wesley go. You know,
he was annoying.
He is really annoying.
But I'm curious to know because the actor wants to come back for Picard. I'm curious to know how they portrayed a grown-up version of his character.
He would be like a first officer now.
Yeah, quite definitely now.
He would be like a Riker type of character.
Do you think that'd be lazy writing? Wouldn't it be more interesting as a writer to give him, because he's in his 40s now, wouldn't it be better just to give him some sort of different trajectory and make him become a different sort of character?
Well, when he left in his last episode, he left with the Traveller to go off and explore the universe.
Oh, the Traveller could abuse him.
Why is it always abusing? What happened in your life that it always goes to abuse or murder?
It's interesting. Why wouldn't it be more interesting? He went off with a stranger.
One of these days,
he went off with a stranger.
Listen, that part's fine, but not the bit where he was raped.
What happens when you go off with... What is the thing that they always told us not to do as kids?
Walk off with
strangers. Right. And that's what we'll do.
But he knew the Traveller.
Yeah.
Who was the Traveller?
The Traveller's been in a few episodes.
Yeah.
So he saw him a couple of times. And
No. The Traveller's like him and Traveller's like
Traveller, they've got a special relationship.
Yeah.
They're like this.
Yeah. They watch TV shows and movies together.
So Will goes off, gets abused, and now we get to see the shell of a man now in Picard. Like he's just damaged, doesn't trust anybody.
No, the shell of a man is Picard. That's his character.
He wasn't there. He was just...
He was like a shell of his former self.
Barely. It's the wrinkled version of himself.
He is old. You can't like blame the guy for getting old. He's 80.
Why? What's it to do with you? Anyway,
Said
go on.
nothing.
Go.
Said
Go on.
nothing.
So actually, I've actually tried to be watching Discovery most of this week, but I won't talk about that.
Not
too
going
much.
back.
Well, I'm trying to watch it all before season 3, so I can like have a good refresher, remind myself what's going on, and when I get to like the beginning of season 3, I don't know who's this, what happened.
Are you enjoying it more?
Yeah.
I actually am really enjoying it. I'm actually
go.
really surprised about how rewatchable like a story arc actually is on its second watch.
You started for season 1.
So right from episode 1, I'm like, I think I just did episode 7 the other night, so I've got like episode 8 to go
Are you
next.
liking Michael more?
Good.
Not
man.
Michael Moore, but Michael.
I got very confused there for a minute. I was like, hold on, Michael Moore? You know what? I'm not actually minding her as much.
Yeah.
I'm really not one of these people that like sits there and says, "Oh, she's a Mary Sue. Oh, she's annoying." I actually don't find her that annoying.
Sorry, how I look with it.
You should not be touching each other's masks.
No,
That's how you spread the infection. This is the maturity level of the people I have to work with.
Shalom.
Oh, don't. No. Now you're like taking.
No, I just wanted to see what it looks like.
No.
Oh, right. Maybe I should have put that on. I apologize.
Fine.
That's
Anyway,
it.
so hey.
So now we're an anti-Semitic.
I've got a lot of Jewish friends. They wouldn't mind.
That's what an anti-Semitic person would say.
Who?
It's
You
like
don't
when the
know
racist.
my Jewish friends.
It's like a racist person saying, "I've got lots of black friends."
Okay, Mo, right? What? This episode is all over the place.
Right. So I would like to give another special shout out to like It's Always Sunny, just to run up like some highlights. The one where they go skiing on the mountaintop. Absolutely brilliant. Where Frank buys a resort.
Yeah. And that guy with the long hair.
Yeah, because it's so different from like all the others that they do, and the fact that they actually. Have you ever seen a movie called Better Off Dead? It's like an 80s comedy.
Vaguely remember.
So this episode very much mimics the plot of that film, minus all the Frank stuff. The fact that those guys are like trying to have like these parties where they get the girls to like take off their tops and stuff, just brilliant.
And what's his face hooks up with that chick in a hot tub?
Oh,
Crazy Russian.
Mountain Rules.
Love it.
And there's an episode called Charlie Work, which is the episode where they have a health inspector coming to get the health inspection certificate. Yeah. And from a technical perspective, I want to mention this episode because there are many long one takes in this episode. You can see where they cut when they go down in the basement and they go to the toilets, but everything else is all a one long take, and it's all Charlie Day doing it himself, carrying that episode. It's absolutely brilliant.
Awesome.
And I've actually just started season 12 this week, which
the
is the one
season?
where what's his name isn't around a lot, but they disguise him not being around a lot.
Yeah, with that creepy sex doll that really does look like him.
The first episode. And I noticed, so last night I watched the episode where they do a reboot of the Wade Bobbins drinking challenge, but it's an all-female drinking challenge. And the ending is so gross because like someone spiked the tea with ayahuasca and everyone just starts puking up on everyone. That show is just superb.
Too good.
I actually finally managed to track down season 8 on Blu-ray for a decent price.
Did you say you're rewatching it?
Yeah, I started like right from the beginning.
You're missing out, Simon, man. It's the best comedy.
It's always sunny.
Hey, look, you know what?
Best comedy.
I look, every time I've seen an episode here at your place, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. But I just don't know what it is that I just can't. I think you just got to glue me down.
You just don't know.
Glue me
to
your seat. One day, call me over to your place, all right? Not when you're walking around naked. Just call me over, glue me down on your sofa, and make me watch it.
I'll tell you one thing, right? If you forget the humor for a moment, the ideas that they have are so far ahead of a lot of social trends that you see. They do it years before, like suddenly on Twitter, something becomes like a big social thing.
Problem is, some of the blackface stuff they've already removed, which is a pity. Because those Lethal Weapon episodes are fun.
They are very fun episodes. I'm so glad that I've got them on Blu-ray. Woo!
So,
right. So this week's Star Trek Lower Decks, I won't linger on it too much. I know that you absolutely despise Star Trek, Eddie.
Let's mention this. just so we can hold you to it, so that you have to do this.
Right.
Mo wants to do a little mini, maybe a 15-20 minute per week Star Trek theme.
I wouldn't even say 15 minutes. I'd say 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Little Star Trek themed video show per week. We talked about what he's been watching, what box sets he's bought, and whatever the crap he gets.
I might do that if I can get hold of a new laptop.
Wait. You're gonna really do that?
I'm saying this because he flakes out on a bunch of stuff, so we have to do this.
I never flake out on anything.
No, for real, right? I reckon that's a great idea, right? And the reason why I say that is because like some of the stuff that you throw in the room, right? And I think if you did a constructive breakdown of it, I reckon it would be a pretty good.
It's just like the 25. Time. Do you know what I mean? It's just time.
But you watch it.
But it's like I could be watching more. Instead of having to waste, like, sit down, record a video, write a script, edit.
Look, think about this, your subscriber base. Think about they want more of knowledgeable Mo. I want more knowledgeable Mo. I reckon you should do it, Mo.
Oh, no, do you want more? Do you actually watch our podcast?
And you should come over more often.
Here to record? Mm-hmm. You know what situation I'm going through at the moment. That's
commitment.
Why I don't.
Commit.
Yes.
What's more important?
Yeah, exactly, commitment. So
you made a commitment to us first.
That is very true. You could have a conversation with my partner. Well,
I'm sure he would be very understanding.
Why are we laughing at that?
I don't know.
There's nothing funny about gay relationships.
In 2020, it's not fun anymore.
It's a
why are you laughing
now.
about
the 90s when you take the piss out of someone?
Now it's just normal. People do that. It happens now. You know?
This show is going to get you into so much trouble.
Lower Decks this week. Fantastic episode, right? You know, like in all the Star Trek shows you watch, they have like these science experiments that go wrong. So, you know, like in Voyager, you have like 2 Vicks where the 2 people fuse or they're experimenting with something else and they phase out of reality and all that. So imagine if a science experiment happens to go wrong and they can't actually fix it during the episode. So you actually find out what happens to these people. They get picked up by this really creepy dude who promises to take them to the farm where they will get the help that they need. Yeah, very interesting little episode. So this like ship is all populated with all these people that have had, like there's a couple there that have obviously been in a transport accident and there's like 2 of them. There's a guy whose like face is like old on one side, young on the other side.
Like a zoo.
It's a zoo where all these people think we're being told we're being taken to the farm, but there's no such place. Interesting, really good, very, very good episode. And what I really liked was, do you remember the episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where Picard, Beverly, and I think it's Worf, they go off like on a covert secret mission where they're all dressed in like black ninjas and stuff. So in this episode, they've actually got
season's that?
I think that's season 5, Chain of Command. They've actually got like the bridge crew doing the same thing. So there is a different crew like actually manning the bridge. Yeah, it was a very, very good episode.
Okay.
Rightio. And then obviously The Boys. Never going to do that now.
Should we get into that?
Do you want to tell us what you've been watching?
Nothing.
The Boys.
Nothing. Well, Raised by Wolves, but you haven't watched this week.
You can tell us about it without spoiling
the way
it.
I told
Tell
you
like
guys
sell
about
side
Ratchet.
on it.
No, hey, look, I'm already sold on it.
2 episodes this week. It gets, I was saying that I was starting to really get on board with the android mother.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't as much of her being a crazy malfunctioning android anymore, that there was reasoning and she was justified.
Yeah.
It's kind of going back to her being fucking crazy now.
She is a little bit crazy because in last week's episode, they were showing us her memories of like when she was created, right?
Yeah, or reprogrammed.
Reprogrammed. And she was quite clearly having emotions, like something that you would think a necromancer doesn't have.
Do you think that was kind of creepy though, because he reprogrammed her, so obviously he had to put those emotions in order for her to be a good mother to those children?
We're not entirely sure.
He was kind of taking advantage of that by kissing her and showing her affection. Like, you think he was just creating his own little sex?
So do you think like when the lights, when she was like not terminated, when she was switched off?
Yep.
Do you think there was a bit of boshing going on?
Yep. And that steps up in this as well. I won't get into what goes down, but Yeah.
That in a bit last week where he brings her the baby. Did you immediately think like she's gonna like snap its neck? Like she's sitting there all kind of, is a baby? Oh, so affectionate.
Yeah. Everything's changed.
Everything has changed.
Events have happened in the last episode or the one just before the last one so far. And yeah, the whole dynamic of everything in that little encampment's changed. I won't show you how, but
right. So
dramatic.
one of the things that I am seeing, right, because this is very much a religion versus atheism, like parallel going on here, right? But it seems that there is stuff that is happening that they're trying to make you think that God is actually a real thing.
They get right into it with this one. In terms of Ragnar, which we'll just call him Ragnar because it basically is. He's not playing any other character. It's the same bloody character. He's gone deep into it now.
Yeah.
Into his...
Oh, so now that he's weaseled himself into power, is he now starting to like drink the Kool-Aid and believe his own like propaganda?
Very much. But again, something happens in there where you could think, is he crazy or is it actually a true thing of, you know, God? I'll let you judge when you get to watch it. And yeah, I can't say so much. I can't. Just watch them, man. And we'll talk
I will be watching them probably tomorrow.
Yeah. So thumbs up. Enjoying the show vaguely. Oh, not vaguely. But it's also been confirmed season 2 is happening.
Oh, is it happening?
Yeah. So it's, if you've been on the fence about watching it thinking, nah, it's probably going to get cancelled. No, season 2 is coming, so it's worth investing.
I will say, every week the episodes come out, every week I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And then I put them on, and I really get into them. I really do. I don't know why. It's one of those shows I just feel like it's a chore to watch, but when you actually start watching it, because you're kind of like, how much further can they make this plot interesting? And every week they do find like something very
it has a very, on the surface, a dour tone, but because the characters are so intriguing and you want to know where they go and the consequences to some of the decisions, you just get straight into it. So Red Bulls, loving it. And so we do the boys then?
Let's do the boys.
I'm getting out of the room full of what?
Yes. Off.
Okay.
Did he go like, if I don't watch the boys, I can disappear and like make some phone calls?
No, my phone is like charging over there.
Right.
The masturbating.
Yeah. So, episode 5. Some Homelander shit going down. Literally. But we'll save that bit to the end. Oh, no. Right. Actually.
Billy giving up.
Billy, he gives up fucking every week, and then every week something happens to change his mind, right?
That's true.
It's, do you know what, though? Do you not think he was a selfish prick for going to his auntie's place? Because he's such a wanted man.
The dumbest thing to do. He knew that they were watching him, because when he left his wife's little, he looked at the camera, gave the finger. He had to know that they were watching.
Yeah, and it's just like, that poor woman, her house was completely destroyed by the end.
Who's paying for that?
Like, it just doesn't give a shit. You would have thought like he would have negotiated and it says like, I won't upload the pictures, but you're paying for repairs of my auntie's house.
Or leave money for her to something. It just pisses off.
It's just, I actually thought, and this is how stupid if I was to write the boys, I would be. I was actually thinking, is Black Canary something going to pull off his head and go, I'm Lenny?
Black Noir.
Black Noir, sorry. What did I say? Black Kenny.
It's a very different show. A very different show.
That he was going to pull it off and go, I'm Lenny.
Yeah, I'm curious to know where they're going to go, because I know who and what Black Noir is in the comics, but I don't think they're going to do that in the show. But I don't want to say what it is in the comics, just in case they try and do a different route to do the same sort of thing. But I'm just wondering how long they're going to hold off, or whether they ever are going to reveal their version of Black Noir and what he is.
And the other thing that really caught my attention.
He's fucking tough though, because he got blew up. How many times did he get blown up?
He got shot, right? And nothing. Well, hold on. Didn't he get shot in the hand? And they actually showed a hole in the hand.
Yeah,
they did.
And he got blown up by 3 friggin' house bombs in this one, and just kept walking around.
Yeah, but
that would have been terrifying if you were in that basement.
But he was the one who put those together, right? So they could have been a poorly
You heard them. You saw the house. You saw it. It did its job.
Got fucked up by the dog as well, right? They were all hiding. The dog starts barking. And you know what? I got really confused when he went to see his aunt. And he's going like, "Where's my boy? Where's my little boy?" I was like, "He's got another son."
Did they say he still has a brother, or was the brother dead.
I can't remember about the brother. So obviously there is a parent. His dad's got cancer. I can't remember if they said anything about that. There's obviously Lenny, who is dead. I shouldn't go into how he died because God rest his soul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the brother, isn't it?
Yeah, and they got. Well, she say it was his brother.
Yeah, little brother.
Did you say it was his brother? Oh, okay, must have missed that. One thing I didn't really not get, but obviously they show in this episode is when they're always film directors coming to talk to the Seven about the plots of their movies. I didn't actually think the Seven actually star in them. I thought they'd have other actors.
In season 1, you saw them on the posters for the movie. So it was like, did you hear the little Easter egg in it?
What?
Where he was trying to convince, I think it was A-Train.
Yeah.
When he said, "Yeah, we got Josh to punch up the script."
Oh yes, I didn't get it. Yeah, didn't get that. Yeah.
Dig it, Josh reading there.
Did that happen? No, that must have happened before all this stuff came out, because that would have been filmed like 6 months ago.
Yeah, but Josh had already made his version of the Justice League, so he's known for punching up scripts. So very fun.
That was great. Some of the stuff around the film was brilliant, especially when they've got A-Train giving his final speech, and you're like, that's a stand-in, isn't it? That's not really Homelander.
Yeah, I can see it. The shape of the head.
Because you're kind of thinking, Homelander wouldn't have fucking time for this. He don't really want to be there for like the facial shots.
No way. And making Maeve just shoving the lesbian relationship in her face. But
I like the way she goes like, he's doing this to fuck with me. That's some like real clever stuff there, right? Because obviously they've made him out to be like this just mean, nasty fucker, but now they're going to show us that he can actually be really mean and really nasty without actually killing people.
Just petty and manipulative
but then you see the other side of him, right? So when the marketing lady is basically saying, "I need to talk to you now," and she shows him the video of him like taking out a terrorist.
Oh,
and his reaction to like killing like a total random bystander. Like, and then he goes to do his PR.
Oh, that was hilarious, because he's used to getting his way and everyone just falling in line whenever he just makes his statement in public.
Yeah.
And for it all just to fall apart, you don't stand with us, you don't stand for us.
You don't speak for us.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. And then he has that vision. And for a second, I was like, oh, fuck. This is where other shows wouldn't dare go. I was like, they've done it. He's killed a load of people. And then it was like, would you have stuck with it not being an imagination thing? Yeah,
because then it would have to show him the rise of a dictator and him being that. That would make it even more. I actually sat up. I was lounging on my couch.
I really was like, oh my God, they actually went there. I literally stood up and said, they went there.
But then it kind of lingered a little too long. Like, dream sequence.
Yeah, man, that was so well done. But just like the facial expressions between him and the congresswoman that was standing next to him, right, who was obviously leading the charge.
Did you get Kamala Harris first?
Huh?
Is it Kamala, the chick who's running with
Biden?
Biden?
She's brown.
I guess.
Can't say I got that from that. Can't say that. And then we have all the stuff that's going on with like Huey and not Huey, Starlight and Stormfront. So obviously Stormfront goes like you haven't stopped eye fucking me today all day.
Yeah, we haven't really shown how she knows so much about what Starlight's been up to. We haven't really shown
she doesn't, because
but she knew she gave up the compound V, that she was the one that exposed it all.
Yeah, she just took a guess about that. That just she's probably put 2 and 2 together.
Sound like she's pretty sure of what was going on.
Oh, she's absolutely no. She got it spot on right when she actually said what would happen. But I do like the stuff that's going on between those two, right? Because obviously Starlight knows something about Stormfront that she can't say anything about.
But she told her. She just showed her whole deck to Stormfront. Know that you were Lady Liberty.
Eventually all came out.
That was about being a racist and all of that. She just
that's what I know when she was when Stormfront was having a conversation with A-Train.
Yeah.
And like she goes, they let anybody in here now. I was like, there's a lot of context going on here. Which A-Train obviously didn't get at all, but he did understand that there was something.
I think he understood to a degree. Like, what do you mean?
Do we have a problem?
Yeah.
And before we get into like the main bit, we've got to talk about the Deep getting married.
Man married, yeah. You know what I'm getting from this? Tom Cruise Scientology vibes.
Yeah.
Full on.
Yeah.
Church of Scientology. That's what they're doing with the dude.
Yes.
And making him married so that it kind of helps with his PR. The same way Tom Cruise got married to Katie Holmes.
Yep.
Back in the early 2000s or whenever it was. Yeah. And didn't cover it all. Knew couldn't commit. Actually, no. Nicole Kidman even before that.
So Nicole Kidman.
And she couldn't commit to the whole Scientology thing. She got the fuck out.
Because they're like weird stuff. Like she goes like, when you give like birth to a child, you don't have to take any drugs or anything like that.
So yeah, I'm just, where are they going to take this? And how is Stormfront connected to it? Because she said she used to be a member of the church.
Until they start letting anyone in, right?
Yeah. So
it's all connected. It's all beautifully crafted and done together.
Definitely going somewhere because they showed the head of the church, and it's a recognizable actor, the guy who was on ER. I forget his name. He's like the Eastern European dude. He's been
the only person I know from ER. There's two people I know: George Clooney and is it Noah Wiley was on there as well.
Yeah,
that's the only two people I know.
That guy, he was kind of after Clooney. He was the male heartthrob for the middle-aged women after Clooney.
And then Maeve goes to the deeps and says like, is it like you're a piece of shit, but I need your help. I'll stand up in front of everyone and tell them that you are.
Love it.
And then before we get to the meat and potatoes, there's obviously the bit between Frenchie and Kimiko.
Yep, gave up. Dude, I'm surprised he kept on for as long as he did.
That is like, so she's now just a gun for hire, right? Going out killing people.
Yeah.
And I like the way they worked his like French girlfriend into that mix. It's
French, not really French.
Is she not French?
Yeah,
she's got a French accent, hasn't she?
Yeah,
she's got a French accent.
No, American accent.
No.
Totally American accent.
She's got a French accent.
No. But yeah, it's weird that they hooked up together. How do they communicate? Because Kimiko doesn't talk.
They do need to do something about that because obviously because if nobody can understand what she's saying, but the audience can, right? Because they sub it for us. That kind of makes it really odd.
Yeah. So how did they? Yeah. Did she call her up one day and say, "Yeah, I want you to work"? How did that conversation go? You're
assuming she can write stuff, right? Although she chooses not to communicate, right? She can actually talk.
Apparently, yes. Didn't the brother say she stopped talking when the parents died or something?
Yeah, it was a post-traumatic.
But that's in Japanese. We don't know if she necessarily learned English. She obviously understands some English, but we don't know if.
Yeah, but Japanese people are really clever, right? So she's already picked up the language. She's like always around English people or people who speak English. Right?
So yeah, he's given up.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Get the fuck out.
Yep. And then Homefront and his poor PR choices leads him.
Homelander
leads him to Stormfront. Who sets him up like with a meme factory, right? And as she does that, she goes like, it's working when this appears on your uncle's Facebook.
Yeah, basically showing what the Russians have been doing.
Exactly.
And people know it, and they still fall for it.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm up by 5 points.
Just from some memes. That's the power of social media, guys.
Yeah. Actually, I do like the subtle dig that they're having at like Facebook essentially there, right? That's exactly what that is. But that leads to like a very, very, very interesting final for this episode.
Yeah. Superhero sex.
Like rough superhero sex.
Hair pull. I like it when she's like, gets a little too rough for his liking. Yeah. The eyes glow and she's like, no. You want to do it, do it.
And she's like that, yeah. Don't be a pussy, laser my tits. And that was her apartment, right? I was like, while that's all happening, the only thing I think of, like, her apartment's getting wrecked. Like, there's like cracks in the walls, the furniture all
pays for it all, I guess. I would like to know what their wages are. Gotta be crazy, especially with movies and shit.
Well, you got to get danger money out of them as well, right? All that merchandising, movie money, and
what I still want to know, what is her backstory? Like, she's been around since the 70s, man. Well, doesn't age.
Don't worry, we'll get that over the course
of
the season. Why was she in hiding?
No, they'll review. They'll give a little glimpse of it right at the end before the season ends, and that's how they introduce Jason Ankle, whatever his name is.
I actually didn't realize until you said it last week that he wasn't actually in this season. He's in next season because I'd be like, "Where's Soldier Boy? Where's Soldier Boy? I just want to see Dean."
Yeah, and they haven't started shooting because watching Inside the Boys afterwards.
Yeah.
From last week's one, not this week's one, they were saying that they miss each other because they're all on separate video screens, and they're like, "Oh, I miss you guys. I can't wait for us to get back together and shoot the next season." It's like, yeah, we're probably gonna have to wait an extra couple of months.
Yeah.
Oh,
next, if obviously we're seeing a lot of like lockdown restrictions coming back into enforce here, I am really worried that nothing. Obviously, I'm a bit worried about the whole thing, right? But if we talk about just the TV and movie side of things, I'm really worried that nothing is going to film this year. Nothing is going to film in the beginning of next year. All the Star Trek stuff there's just going to be none of it apart from Lower Deck Season 2 because it's animated. All those
still because animated is still all in one place, not at home. Then
but they can all do that kind of stuff separately, right? It's stuff that you can do socially distanced, right? You don't have to have a cameraman, and that was me. No. You don't have to have a cameraman and a lighting man and all that all in the same room, right? You can do it. There's going to be obviously last week we spoke about Sony, who aren't going to release any films until this is all over, right? So next year, entertainment-wise, could be a right downer. In fact, all the shows that we're waiting to come back might not actually come back till late 2022, early 23.
It's going to be crazy. I'm just quickly deleting a file on there. Yep. Don't mind me.
But get Mr. Roger back.
Yeah, so the boys, awesome this season.
Mr. Roger!
Cannot wait for more. Roger! Put your dick away.
Man, you know what, right? Your bed is so comfortable.
Oh, you were actually in my room.
I was in your room. I was like...
That bed is some next level comfort.
Man, you know what? It's the mattress, the bed, everything in one. Oh my God, I think I was going to fall asleep. I was actually falling asleep. I could hear everything that you guys were saying.
But the cat's looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, the one, how the fuck does he get down from the top of the cupboard?
He just jumps down.
It's a cat.
Yeah, no, but if you look at it, it just looks really weird. Like, how's he going to...
Getting down is the easy bit. Like when you watch him get up there, that's the impressive jump because he's only got that much gap, right? Otherwise, if he jumps too high, he'll hit his head on the ceiling. He gets it perfect every time.
Trailers. Only really one to talk about. Actually, no, there's a couple.
So, The Mandalorian Season 2.
Yes.
Disney Plus.
This guy doesn't watch Season 1.
Okay, I haven't seen Season 1, but I will say this trailer for Season 2 looked very, very, very good. So much so that I actually now want to watch Season 1.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they're telling the story in Season 2 because the criticism some people had about Season 1 is it was too, week to week sort of semi-adventures.
You know what's really interesting about that? If you go to any Star Trek forum, there is such a vocal amount of people that are saying we don't like this serialized format. We want
weeks. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You might like it because Star Trek is a week to week. Its own little adventure.
Yeah, look, I get
overarching.
Yeah, like everything being dropped in one. No, I need it. I prefer just like these.
No, I don't mean it's released week to week. I mean the story is told different week to week.
So
there is an overarching story.
Not like the story being like a continuation every week. It's like, no, on Star Trek, like, this week it's Data story.
Yeah,
next week it's
like... helps them.
Yeah.
Oh, no, fuck that, man. I want it like, how, for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Mandalorian, I think it will work great.
Yeah.
So there is a mixture of that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my criticism. My criticism of it was just too simple. And they're still persisting with this whole Baby Yoda thing.
Yeah, they need to explain a lot more of that.
That just needs to be done. They need to move on to the next thread now.
It's like Samurai for me when I'm watching this.
That's what.
It's Samurai. Was it Shogun?
Lone Wolf and Baby Cop.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, exactly what they're doing. The biggest point that I'm seeing on social media that people are pointing out, which I know neither of you two would have noticed, but I know that witch woman that was watching him with the hood.
Which woman?
The one that they say is part of this mystical sisterhood or whatever.
Yeah.
With the hood.
Yeah.
You've completely forgotten already.
I've completely forgotten, yeah.
That actress is not really an actress, a wrestler, Sasha Banks, and everyone's talking about it. That's why it keeps coming up highlighted and even on the YouTube videos. So we're going to get to see Sasha Banks' acting debut for anyone that watches wrestling in WWE.
There was also some controversy about the other female actress.
Gina Carano.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All she did...
What did she say? I haven't actually read what she said.
In the bios on Twitter, they have... It's an option you can put where you can put your gender pronoun thing. Yeah. You don't have to have it there, but if you do, it's not just him, her. You can have they, them, zip, zap, all that. And she decided, people kept saying, put your pronoun, stand with us and whatever you are, as they feel, some people, that it would give her, whatever the word is, part of the support and all of that. So she just decided to put boot, BBD bop, whatever the fuck, and people, that's all she's done. But people are just losing their shit that thinks that she's not taking it seriously, that she doesn't take pronouns and gender issues as transgender things as this important
So has she made a statement on this?
She could have by now. I didn't see it when I originally heard about all the stories.
It's just like in this day and age, why antagonize people, right? Either don't put anything there, but if you're going to do it, you've only got yourself to blame if there's like backlash out or something like that.
Kind of true. It's easy. It's so easy to piss somebody off.
Yeah, but it's either don't do it, don't say anything, right?
Even not doing it was pissing people off.
But that's fine.
Well, like to Mo's point, I agree with. I hear what you're saying as well, but like you're probably just leaving it better off leaving it blank. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But the trailer itself, looks really good. I will say, it feels like you're watching a movie rather than a TV series, but it's just season 1 wasn't. Actually, having said that, season 1 did end really well.
Yeah. Because they introduced the same bad guy that's in The Boys.
Yeah, it's like Gus File is everywhere.
Another local foil guy.
From Breaking Bad.
Bad guy. Yeah, they're seeing the bad guy in The Boys now.
Oh, okay.
He's also the bad guys in more exactly the same character.
Whenever you want like a bad guy that carries himself well and speaks eloquently, you get this guy.
Yeah, that's so true, and it works every time. It's like you want that same character in every single show with that same face.
Yes. But in The Mandalorian, he's walking around with like a lightsaber.
Did he have a saber?
I'm sure. Didn't he have a lightsaber right at the end?
Probably. Yeah, I saw it in some of the promo stuff. He's got the dark Mandalorian saber, the negative light one, which only you ever get seen in the animated show. So I'm curious to see how that's going to look in live action. Unless I'm going crazy. But So yeah, Mandalorian looks good. Can't wait.
Should we just quickly go over Console Wars coming next week on CBS All Access?
Looks great.
Looks like a very interesting telling of the console story. In fact, this looks a lot more interesting than, was it High Score that was on Netflix a couple of weeks ago? That didn't really tickle my fancy.
The Street Fighter episode was...
I still haven't watched that actually because I just got put off by the first two. They did the...
Yeah, there's one that talks about the history of Street Fighter.
Oh, we should watch that today.
Yeah, we should actually.
A lot of subtitles.
Oh, fuck that.
Because they had a Nintendo Sega one, and they brushed over everything. Didn't do any of the interesting stuff.
See, what was really good about that trailer? As soon as they finished, we started to talk about it. Yeah, we started to talk about the early '90s of gaming and how excited we were growing up in that era. So
and the other thing about this one is that they've actually got people like Howard Lincoln and Tom Slinsky, the heads of Nintendo and Sega at that point, where they didn't have the Nintendo one. On the Netflix one was mostly about a guy who used to work on the support phone line. Okay, that's interesting for about 5 minutes, but build an entire episode.
To be fair, the Street Fighter one, they did get the main guys that were the makers of that.
Right.
Creators of this.
I'll watch Street Fighter one actually. I want to see what it's like.
Yes, Console Wars. This is what they should be doing for Business Wars. What I keep saying. Why are they just limiting themselves to just doing the audio, the podcast?
Yeah. And then lastly, we have Moonbase 8 from Showtime.
What was the Netflix one called again?
So
bad you can't even...
Not so bad I can't remember. It's old age, mate.
So this looks way better than Space Force.
It
actually looks funny.
Come on.
It actually looks funny.
Don't you not for real, yeah?
I actually really enjoyed Space Force, so I don't know what you two are talking about.
You're the only one. No one
I'm
else.
not the only one. I know people. You'll go and look on Twitter, and you'll see that it's a very dark type of humor, and you've got to be there for all 8 episodes.
It was dark, bro.
It was very, very. If you want, you only
Always
watch
Sunny in Philadelphia.
How many episodes did you watch?
1.
Exactly. So you didn't actually get to see the show find its feet, space, and go.
If you can't get its humor across that first
episode, if you don't have the mental capacity to watch a couple of episodes,
for that show, I didn't.
Yes, we'll eat a crunchy sounding treat while we're recording a podcast.
Right. Watch me eat wasabi nori. Potato chips.
Yeah, so this actually looks pretty funny, although some of the humor looks more like Kevin Smith than highbrow kind of stuff, with them drinking tea and it being too salty.
Kevin Smith, no.
It's very, very Kevin Smith type. Type of humor.
This is funny. Kevin Smith is.
Kevin Smith is one of the funniest guys on the planet, Eddie.
Not his movies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely in his movies. Even in his podcasts, he's one of the most entertaining guys.
Yeah, listen, he's entertaining. Yeah, absolutely. But his movies aren't funny.
Oh, his movies are absolutely funny. His movies are fantastic. Yeah. Right, should we get to the news?
Yeah.
Right. I want to ask you guys a question. If I said to you, What is the #1 streamed show in the world today? What would you say?
#1.
On what platform?
Wait, yeah.
On any platform.
Any
platform. Just like if you aggregate all the numbers, what is the most popular show that people are watching today?
I would say something like a comedy, like Friends or something.
I think it was for a while. I think it was like last year. Right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing really. The Boys. It's not even.
No.
Do you know The Boys wasn't even in the top 10?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What is it?
So the #1 stream show with over 1 billion hours, right? 1 billion hours. Lucifer.
Oh, my show. See, people are finally getting into it. Finally. I've been talking about the show forever.
They're finally getting into it because now it's on Netflix. That's why.
Yeah, basically. And now it's ending as well. I just think it's the last season.
I'm wondering if they might decide to do another season that is this popular. If you can only
Depends how they would have filmed it. Depends how they end it. If they
listen, there's always a way. There's always a way to do this.
Well, yeah, there's always a way.
There's always a way to bring these shows back. And if you know,
that is crazy because
it's crazy, isn't it?
Like I haven't watched this season yet. I've been holding off on it. But yeah, it's a show I've watched before it even came on Netflix. I enjoy it. Like I was saying, it's just
you were talking about it
with supernatural Ben.
Shall I tell you what the top 10 are?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So at number 10, Teenage Bounty Hunters with 422 million streamed hours. NCIS with 533 million streamed hours.
Middle-aged, not surprised.
Criminal Minds.
Not surprised again, same thing.
Project Power.
That don't surprise me. Black people love that shit.
Number 6, Grey's Anatomy.
Middle-aged women love that.
Yep. Number 5, Shameless.
I've always wanted to watch that. I watched the British one, and I did enjoy that. But I've never gone to the American one.
The Office, so like one of the older shows on this list,
yeah.
928 million hours stream. And I'm beginning to wonder whether this is just, I think, just this week these numbers are for, right? The Umbrella Academy, that's the first one to break over the billion.
That's been steamrolling. A lot of people more and more popular.
Number 2, this is a real surprise because I don't think this will be on anyone's list. The Legend of Korra.
Dude, wow. That is just a normal Avatar Airbender. That is suddenly, people just suddenly, again, because it's on Netflix, suddenly just rediscovering, or people that never got to see it.
So this is it, right? Because in the last couple of weeks, Cobra Kai has come to Netflix, and apparently it's now gone through the roof in popularity, right? Because no one watched it on YouTube.
It just shows you, fucking Netflix, got to get in bed with Netflix, or no one's going to see your shit.
You've got to be on Netflix, and if you're not on Netflix, you've got to be on Amazon, right? Those are the two major powers.
I'm so happy because, I don't think either of you have watched The Last Airbender, have you? And this is the continuing story of it. Such a wicked show, man.
I am really considering wanting to watch it now because they're obviously doing the live action movie. Yeah. So I'd like to see the source material that's based on it.
Remember, it starts off because it was Nickelodeon that produced it, very young kid orientated, silly. But once you feel like the writers got confidence that, okay, well, we've got the show on, people watching it, it's not going to get cancelled, now let's start telling our story. So you have to stick with it. And
sorry, guys. Good. Oh, one thing I should correct. When I was quoting hours, I actually meant minutes.
Oh.
So it's not that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's this month.
Still a billion minutes.
Still pretty good.
Everyone that I know who have seen Airbender, right? Yeah. They talk so heavily about it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, we should make this a regular actually. Once a month, at the end of the month or something, just have a look at what the top stream shows are.
But they don't always release those numbers. So.
No, so apparently, this is Nielsen now. So Nielsen is the company that used to do.
How are they getting their numbers?
So I'm not entirely sure. I probably need to have a look into this. But they've got a formula that they are using to
social
get these
media, chatter.
Yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of things they are using to get to how these numbers are formed. But it's still fairly interesting, right? Because even if they're not accurate, they are giving you a good idea of what shows are trending at any one point.
You know what? It's crazy what you just said. Take Cobra Kai. It wasn't even being watched on YouTube.
On YouTube. Everybody watches YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
But they won't watch TV.
They had a paywall, though. That's why it was. Yeah. It was not like it was free.
And everyone, the moment it hits Netflix, everyone's talking about it.
Just goes to show you now, right? These... unless you're a platform that is as big as those two, there is no point in trying to get your show onto a smaller platform now, right?
Yeah.
Because you just get buried.
Wow.
Wait, season 3 of Cobra Kai is just around the corner, right?
I think it's going to come out next year because they've only just put the first 2 on. So I think because a lot of people haven't watched it, they're going to delay the season 3 until next year.
Makes me sad. What was the show I loved on YouTube?
Oh, you're talking about the TV version of Jumpers.
Yeah, Jumper. Yeah, see, we could have got a next season if it had just gone to Netflix as well.
Yeah, but I remember
That's
right at the
perfect
beginning,
for Netflix.
It still can, right?
when Cobra Kai was.
What are the actors doing now? I think they're doing all other shit now.
So when Cobra Kai was first being shopped around, Netflix was in a bidding war, but apparently YouTube just offered a lot more money.
Yeah, and that thingy, whatever I can't remember what it was called.
Impulse.
Impulse. That's a perfect Netflix show for the younger audience.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going back to season 2 yet. Right, so estimates suggest that Mulan on Disney Plus has raked in more money than Tenet's theatrical release so far. Has it?
That's what they're saying.
Hold on,
I've seen it more than one place.
Tenet has hit 200 million now?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying Mulan has taken more than 200 million in VOD sales?
But I see, I can believe that because, okay, so my
box office.
My niece,
because of the China, we got the China numbers as well.
Hold on, so Mulan is in the Chinese box office.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, okay.
So my niece,
it hasn't done good, but collectively
hasn't done good
in China.
Hasn't done well.
Yeah, well,
what scum? We don't talk Queen's English here.
So my niece recently told me that she had seen it.
Yeah.
I was like, "What? You paid for it?" She goes, "We really wanted to watch it, and the kids really want to watch it." Yeah, they paid 20 quid to watch it.
Yeah, but that's fine, right? If you've got kids, that £20 is not a huge sum.
Spread out, yeah.
It's like if you're doing it for yourself, that's a massive. That's like literally more than a cinema
Did
ticket.
they like it?
No.
Yeah, it's not good.
See, but the thing is, it's not just a rental. You can then watch it as many times as you want. It's not like you're renting a film. It's not like you go to the cinema, you pay like your 16 quid, and that's it. You come out, you can't see it again.
It's like early access.
Yeah.
Wait, so you can watch it as many times as you want, right?
Yeah,
so
until 6 December when it just becomes part of like Disney Plus's normal.
You're paying for early access.
So that's actually like that's quite good to hear, right? Because if you've got a whole bunch of kids, that is cheap.
Yeah. Well, she did say to me I should have just waited. So like when the next film drops, maybe it's just a wait game.
So I think they're now changing strategy. So Black Widow, I don't think they'll put on Disney Plus. They are just going to delay it.
I can't see them. That's too.
That's potentially $1 billion making movie.
They could hold
they
back.
can't get there in the cinema though.
No, well, let's
have to wait.
Yeah, just completely wait it out.
So this actually, I know we haven't got this on the topic, but this then leads to another problem, right? So you've now got cinemas open that have got no films to show.
Mm. Yeah, because they just aren't getting back the money. So it is a way for them, in a way, to get money from films which didn't really do that well, that was still well received, like Dredd, for instance. Now would be a perfect time to put Dredd in the cinema.
So they are showing old films, but how many people are going to go and watch something like Dredd?
So here's the thing, right?
If you didn't go out when
it doesn't cost them anything.
But wait, do you have a pass?
I don't think. No, it hasn't even opened yet.
Yeah, right. So you don't have a pass. You don't have a pass, do you, man?
No.
Right. But I'm thinking about like completely cancelling my pass now.
Yeah, now that you're open, you're still paying for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while.
But that's it. I have no interest to go to the cinema to watch old films.
Oh, I would like to go to cinema to watch old films. Like they did Inception. I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't go around and watch Inception because they did that for its 10th anniversary last month.
I don't know if I watched Inception again. I like the Inception. I do love the film, but not enough that I want to see in the cinema for it. But there are certain old films which I would like to see that I didn't get to see.
On the big screen, right?
I'd love to watch Pilgrim again, big screen.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Scorsese's films would always look good on the big screen. Tarantino's movies, Kill Bill, Jackie Brown.
You need to get a pass then.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Oh my
man, I wish somebody would do like Tarantino.
There's no thingies around it, though. Cinemas.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, apparently some places, I don't know if this is a US thing only, you can actually, like, they're actually offering you to, like, privately hire a cinema between you and your friends. They can, like, watch a film or play video games. Imagine playing a video game on, like, a massive cinema screen.
Did you see, a little tangent here, did you see Kanye West's TV? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's based like a Titantron. In the massive screen.
Yeah.
It's like that, and he's playing. He's watching basketball on it, but they play games on it as well. It's ridiculous.
So
it's like the wall of a cathedral.
So I think it's Samsung. No, LG have now
Ooh.
released these LED TVs, right?
Ooh,
And you basically like they're just multiple ones, and you just push them together, and they act as like one big TV.
Yeah. This is like what 2 of these houses put together. It's like massive.
Wait,
how far do you have to sit back?
You clip the panels together.
Like small boxes,
so
and you just put them together.
And you basically make it as big as you want.
Whatever shape you want, so it can be portrait, landscape.
Oh, okay.
Cool,
Expensive?
Oh,
Probably.
of course.
Yeah, very, very new technology, right? It's I think it's the mini LED. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's more for corporate though.
Yeah. Right. So some mini news. We all enjoy watching the Harley Quinn TV show, the animated one.
Still haven't watched season 2 yet. Though.
Been renewed for season 3, so get going watching.
Doing very good.
Yeah, that does seem to be actually very, very popular out there.
Problem is, it's still on a platform which
isn't available everywhere.
So unless you want to bootleg it, which takes
there is a lot of stuff going on. So I can't remember which show it is, but Netflix have actually negotiated one of HBO Max's shows for international audiences. It's one of their animated comedies. I can't remember which one it's called. I came across this story last week. I should have actually added it to the topic list. But so that might give you an idea of what might happen in future.
To Justice League.
Well, yeah, okay. So Justice League could also be a VOD thing as well in other territories. Yeah, but I think Justice League will definitely come to either Netflix or Amazon or Now TV.
No. Oh God, it could be.
We should watch it together when it comes out.
The Justice League.
I reckon.
Well, you better make yourself available then, so we can do it soon.
I will do it.
The day it drops.
Yeah, the very day.
Yeah. I'll be down.
Right.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, we spoke about some rumors. We spoke about some rumors about CBS All Access rebranding as Paramount Plus. It's now official. They will now be called Paramount Plus. They have now also announced expansion plans for other countries. So they're now putting like all the Paramount, a lot of like the Nickelodeon and like Bet and all the other channels that they own. So this is it's gonna be like a HBO Plus or a Peacock style streaming service.
Just have that in America and then outside, just put it all on Netflix, so it's easy for us, so we don't have to buy loads of frigging platforms. I don't want more stuff.
I would like that, but I think a lot of these companies obviously want to have a piece of the pie.
Yeah, but they're not going to get much of that pie.
No, it will be really interesting, right, to see in 5 years' time who is still standing.
Obviously, Paramount is a name that people kind of recognize, but globally, it doesn't really have the cachet.
Well, it's more recognition than CBS, right? At the end of so many TV shows that like when they end, you get that Paramount logo, like since the 80s. Even all the Star Trek stuff has that at the end.
Enough for people to pay for a whole platform of it.
It all depends. I think they will be able to bring a massive back catalogue with it as well. Remember, all the Paramount movies, all the Mission Impossible stuff is there.
Look at the success that we just spoke about with Avatar and Korra. That's a Nickelodeon show. That would be gone from Netflix. Would it have blown up the way it was if it was stuck on?
Well, the thing is, like everyone says Netflix is full of trash, right? But in reality, that's where everyone
everyone likes digging through trash to find the nuggets.
Yeah, but like one man's trash is another man's like gold, right?
There you go.
And Batman resumes filming.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't necessarily mean Rob Pattinson has been cleared. That just means that they can go and film stuff that doesn't include him.
I think he may have, because I saw a little paparazzi photo with him in the park with his girlfriend, just laughing it up and giggling. So he seems to be fine. He's exposed her to him, so I guess
he's exposed her to him. That could be taken in so many different ways.
My brain.
Did he expose himself wild to her in the park?
He's exposed himself to her physically.
We know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on, but remember, Eddie is the one who always talks about rape and abuse, right? So we might not understand what he says.
So so I reckon he's probably back on
right.
set.
Do either of you know? Go to some superhero news. Do either of you know who Tatiana Maslany is?
Yeah, from
who is she?
Orphan Black, another show which I told you guys to watch.
Well, she could have only been. Hold on. No,
wicked.
This is the one where is it a robot? Is it a twin?
She's there's cloned versions of her. There's like tons of her, and she plays every part with unique personalities, and she is a wicked actress. So that's why I'm looking forward to her playing She-Hulk.
Yes, she will be She-Hulk on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't finished Orphan Black because there's a lot of it, but yeah, I enjoy it whenever I do.
So it's that good, but you can't be bothered to finish
it's
it.
just lots. There's a lot going there, man. You have
But
to keep track of each different clone of herself, and it's just it gets crazy.
So if a show doesn't keep you compelled to keep watching, it can't be that good.
No, but we're talking about her though. She is very good.
Right. So she's really good. The show is like so-so. You can take it or leave it.
It's a good show.
It's a good show.
It's a good show,
but not worth finishing.
If I break my legs and I'm in hospital, then I'll finish it.
Right, so this is like a show that you literally cannot move to do anything else.
Because I ain't got no other thing to distract me.
And the only thing that you can get hold of is the remote control.
Make you bring the computer to the hospital.
What?
You think your sister would make you bring the computer to the hospital?
To make you work?
Yeah. I technically could still do this stuff.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, you know the working hours that I'm in at the moment, so you probably will do that.
Do hospitals have reliable Wi-Fi nowadays?
They just turn it off your phone, right?
I think they do.
Yeah.
You got paid for it, right?
Does this make you excited about She-Hulk?
Well, we're going to talk about the directors.
Well, there's directors.
Actually, no, that's for
Miss Marvel. That's the next story.
I'm curious to see how they're going to handle this. So this is it's part of Marvel proper. It isn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just off in its own thing.
And having said that, do you think they might be lining up Mark Ruffalo for like a guest appearance? Because he doesn't have a film of his own.
It's true.
So the only way we're going to see him is if he pops up in other people's films.
True.
So this may be, and he loves playing the Hulk, from what I understand.
Yeah,
he loves it.
Down to do whatever.
Yeah, I think he doesn't even care that he doesn't have his own headlining movie. He just likes the character.
Yeah, he's got kids, and I think he likes his kids can watch him.
Yeah, and bring him into like a wholesome Disney thing where he can help pass the torch to like a female character.
I'm curious to know how they're gonna play it because there are various situations of the character.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's his cousin, sometimes she's not.
Is she supposed to be a lawyer or something?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean,
so they've got a few lawyers then as well, because they've got like Matt Murdock's a lawyer. She's
but that's not proper Marvel anymore, is it?
What, Matt Murdock? What?
All the Netflix Marvel.
Oh yeah, that will come. That will come back.
No, that's done. All that stuff is done.
No, but the actual character
eventually
is a lawyer. So they could do a crossover of like they could do a courtroom drama at some point, right? Like the She-Hulk versus like the Daredevil.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm into it. I like her. Cute, great actress. Give it.
Right. And the last piece of superhero news here, I've got Miss Marvel finds directors in the Pakistani Oscar winners Bad Boys for Life filmmakers.
Yeah, continues the trend of them finding directors that reflect the characters in terms of culture. So it's,
ethnicity
and all of that.
Yeah, so Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falaha. Sorry if I butchered those names. The duos behind this year's Bad Boys for Life. I didn't realise Bad Boys for Life was those guys as well.
Yeah, remember we watched that little behind the scenes thing.
I remember
and I looked at them thinking, who the fuck are these two? They've done nothing. They don't really seem to have the personality to pull off a decent film. But you said Bad Boys was pretty fun. Did you watch it?
I didn't see it. No.
Oh, but it did well though. A lot of people had good reviews.
It did really good.
Yeah. So this is also a Disney Plus show. I'm assuming they're going to probably be looking to cast a Pakistani main lead in the show, which is really interesting because Kevin Smith had a girl on quite recently who's doing the voice for Miss Marvel in the Avengers game. She's
the main or the first main character that you play in that game.
But she's Egyptian. And they were asking her, would you like to be in the TV show type thing, right? And she was also one of these, I don't know what she looks like.
I'm guessing she's too old, though. The character has to be, 16 or 15.
Quite young. Because she goes, she told her parents that, she wants to be an actress and all this kind of things. And they were, Egyptian born. And one's I think they're very, very highly educated, right? Top kind of jobs.
Yeah.
And it was only when she was being interviewed by LA Times or whatever it is, the Los Angeles Times, right, that her mother realised this thing was actually happening and she was going to be a success of it.
Well, she hasn't been a success yet. She's
Yeah,
done
it's
a
just
voice
a
for
voice
it.
over.
Yeah, but it's like your foot in that. That's your first step in, right? That's like everyone has to have a first moment type thing.
I don't think any voice actors from a computer game has crossed over to be an actual on-screen actor.
You don't have to be an A-list actor to be a successful actor. You can act in lots of little things over years and years and years.
Look at the Uncharted guy, Nolan. Thingy Nolan's name is. He's all over the place. He's very successful. Yeah.
Having said that, actually, this week we had like the first pictures, didn't we, from the set of the Uncharted film.
Yeah, I didn't look at them.
It was literally like these guys, and I didn't realize it's actually filming at the moment. It's filming in Germany. That's the bit of the news that really stood out to me, that there is a movie that's actually filming.
Yes, quite a few little things out there that are in production. Yeah, I'm not that pumped for the film as much as I enjoyed the game.
You watched all the stuff on the PlayStation.
No, it's because it's Tom Holland. It's not. It doesn't look. It doesn't. I don't think they're staying that close to the.
Well, they want a young guy so he can play like this for like the next like 20 years.
Okay, so if it wasn't Tom Holland, would you be still interested in?
And it's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. So
I don't
want either of those two. Wahlberg,
it could be good. It could be good.
Wahlberg's watchable.
Wait,
it could be good.
Did you play the game, Mo?
I've never played an Uncharted game.
It's not Street Fighter.
It's not Street Fighter. It's too much story stuff.
So I have no interest in even though I used to watch it, played a little bit of it. I just not interested in searching for the characters.
It's about the characters. That's what it's the personality, the way that they joke and banter off each other. That's what makes it fun and interesting. So whether they can replicate that in the film, I don't know. We'll see. I'll wait for the trailer.
Yeah, I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
I'm not. Yeah, no.
You don't like Mark Wahlberg?
No, I don't mind him, but I just don't see him.
I don't find him likable, and there's too much other stuff that's happened to him outside of acting.
Yeah, so he's a piece of shit from what I understand.
Yeah.
If you take him just purely from an acting type of thing,
he's done good films.
He was really good. He was really good in the Scorsese movie.
What was the boxing one that he was really good in?
Pain and Gain, he was really good in.
He was good in that.
He's got good films.
Yeah, he's done some very good films. He's a good actor. He's a watchable delight.
It goes so far,
Rightio. That's it, folks.
That's
We're at the end.
I guess that covers our little gaming section as well, talking about that. Oh, we got the prices for
PlayStation. PlayStation stuff. So, did you watch any of the PlayStation event this week?
Yeah.
Did you not just feel just looks so boring? There's nothing on there that really stood out.
No, because you only play Street Fighter. Everyone else
was like some really stuff.
Yeah, all the discussions. Dude,
what game stood out?
Did you see
Spider-Man? Miles Morales looks the fucking amazing.
I've got the Spider-Man, the first game. I played it for about 2 hours.
Which is a hit.
Mo, it's really
do not represent the audience because that is a hit game that everyone loves.
You know what? Sammy is playing it at the moment, right? And he's so into it.
Yeah, see?
But Sammy play any video game.
Mo doesn't like. If Mo doesn't like something, he feels like that's the end of it. Everyone hates it because I don't like it. That means everyone must hate it.
Did you see the Final Fantasy stuff?
Yeah, Final Fantasy looks good. It doesn't look as good as the last 7, but it still looks very good, dude.
Yeah.
Right, so hold on. So from a graphical point of view, a lot of the stuff looked good, but there's nothing there. Like, is there anything that says to you, "I'm going to pony down"? Was it $4.99?
No,
depends which version you get.
Yeah, so $4.99 for the disc version, right? Is there anything on there that makes you think I'm going to so whatever it is, let's say $4.59, right?
Miles Morales.
So you're are you going to put down $4.59 launch day to get Miles Morales?
You can't, right? But because it's all sold out.
No, but there will be ways to get it. There will be ways. If you look hunt around, I'm sure.
But did you realise that it's like they're looking at £70 a game now?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about that. So I kept figuring that they're going to be that much. Maybe 50, 60. 70 is pushing it though. I don't know how many games.
I don't think there will be. I think there will still be I don't think anything officially has been announced about that.
They're still battling each other with them and Xbox. So
have you looked on Amazon to see how much the pre-orders for those games are? I bet you they're not £70 because I have not heard anything like people going, "I'm not paying £70 for a game."
That would be crazy. But Miles, I'd like to play. There was a whole bunch of cool games.
Yeah, Mo, there really was, right? Yeah. If I could just drop the cash, I think I would.
Yeah, really. So I'm into it.
Yeah. But you mainly don't play games. You like to watch games.
I'm actually thinking of getting back in.
Yeah, same
this
man.
They're all still either $51.99, $59.99. So
definitely PlayStation.
Did you see the game with the Knight?
Yes.
what's it called?
Oh. Oh.
And they talk about how
that's a remake though. That's not a new game.
Yeah,
but it looks.
We're talking about Demon Souls.
That's it. Yeah.
And I have heard I have heard a lot of these games are going to also be on the PlayStation.
Some of them were. Look, what's wrong with my words today? I'm just all over the place. That makes no sense. My brain.
It's when you're having to engage in a conversation.
No. What's happened? I'll tell you what's happened. Right, is that on the drive down, he said that he dropped sugar. All right, and now all of a sudden he start having then he start having headaches.
It fucks me up.
All right, then it really messed him up, and now he's turned into this.
How do you drop your sugar? Do you do it in pill form, inject it, smoke it?
I stopped taking sugar. But anyway, you're
clean now, are you?
The Miles one is Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
and I don't know. So the thing is, a lot of them, even when they are, PlayStation exclusive, sorry, but even when they are exclusives, they're still, for a lot of them, are available on PC. So if you've got a decent PC,
but something like Miles Morales wouldn't be right because that's a PlayStation. It's Sony's own studio.
But Final Fantasy will be PC.
Yep.
But even the ones which aren't, I think PlayStation has a certain exclusivity window before it goes on Xbox.
So you're not buying at the moment.
I'll only buy the only reason I would buy on day one would be because I could probably get the best trade-in for my current PlayStation, right? That would be the only reason to do it on day one. At the moment, it looks like supply is really limited, and it's pointless trying to do that.
And you're going about to buy a GoPro. You're also about to buy a laptop, and now you're thinking.
Because the PlayStation, I'm viewing it as down the road because it's going to be sold out for a while, and I'm not itching I have to have it the launch day. So I'll wait early next year, spring, and I'll grab one.
Have you had a look to see how much scalpers are already putting them up for?
I won't bother with that. I'm not buying something that's inflated like that.
Yeah, it always amazes me. It's who buys those?
People that have when he used to get his day one consoles back in the day.
Yeah, you get from Japan.
Yeah, but that's different. You're buying an import one, right? You're going to pay expensive. You're going to pay a little bit more for that. But these are literally
have it straight away.
People who I really hate this thing about scalpers. eBay really should do something about this, but they never will because that's where they make their money. But the fact that now, when something is limited, people just go buying up all the stuff. They have all these armies of bots with all these accounts set up just to go and buy all the stuff.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, and obviously this week I've been playing Mario 3D All Stars. Now that's a game that I would buy a system for. So you don't know good games. I tell you, that will be a massive seller this year. That'll sell.
Sure it will.
It'll probably sell more than any PlayStation game.
I'm sure it will. Mario was raised multiple generations of kids now, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised.
The best babysitter in town.
That and Jackie Chan.
What? That and Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Jackie Chan, without a doubt.
You know what we actually didn't mention? We weren't talking about it a lot. But
Jackie Chan's having problems, man. China have taken.
The
Chinese government's taken one of his houses.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of
dispute.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch. He's been always loyal to a degree that's ugly. That to the government, always sticking up for them, and they're turning on him now. He's becoming an enemy of the state. He has to run for the.
Do you think this will be like the next Police Story movie? He brings down the government.
Yeah, he should be like Samuel, move to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Get the fuck out. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, how can I get in contact with us? They want
right,
to do
folks,
so.
if you want to email us, we are at tatmpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to tweet us, we are Talking at the Movies.
Do it.
And if you want to follow us, if you want to tweet us, we are Talking Movies 3. If you want to follow us on Instagram,